25 years ago today, the episode Two-Face aired for Batman the Animated Series, September 25th, 1992. Hello friends, I'm Andy Knode and welcome to the show. This is the show where we're taking a look at Batman the Animated Series, episode by episode on the 25th anniversary of their original air date. If you're like me and love Batman and grew up with Batman the Animated Series, then please subscribe to this channel as we take a journey through our childhood and looking at one of my favorite shows of all time, Batman the Animated Series.
It's time, Harvey. It's time.
Now, this is a fantastic episode. It's a two-parter, appropriately, because this is the story of Two-Face, obviously by the name of the episode, Two-Face, part 1 and 2. It's two going to... Okay, this episode is fantastic. I loved it as a child. I love it now, watching it again. It is just a perfect example of what makes Batman the Animated Series so fantastic. A great story, great character, great animation, great direction. All the stars align with this one. And it's a quality two-parter episode.
Harvey.
My name is Two-Face now.
So let's get the time up on the clock here, 30 seconds. I feel like I should give myself 60 since it is a two-parter, and in the spirit of Two-Face, I should double my time. But I'm going to put it up there, but I'm telling you right, we might as well just blow the bomb up now because I'm not going to make it. Harvey is running for re-election as the Gotham City District Attorney, and one of his running slogans is to get the Thorn out of Gotham by shutting down Rupert Thorne's gang operations. He's targeted him, he's going after him, and Thorne decides to try to take down Harvey Dent, and so he wants to dig up some dirt and finds out that Harvey Dent has been struggling with dual personalities. He's been repressing this big bad Harv persona. So he invites him to the warehouse to blackmail him and say, well, if you don't play nice with me, then I'm going to release this to the press, which would hurt his campaign, hurt his fiance, all those things. And while he's there, an explosion goes off. Batman's there, and he becomes Two-Face. Part 1 ends with him being discovered by Grace with his new found personality. Part 2 is 6 months later. He is on a rampage trying to shut down Thorne with a little bit of illegal activity by shutting down some of his operations from within, and he finally is convinced to go meet up with Grace, and he does meet up with Grace based on his the chance of his coin flip. Rupert Thorne also shows up because they impersonated a police officer to get Grace to work with them and hit the buzzer if they were ever contacted by Harvey Dent. And when she shows up to the place, then Rupert Thorne and his guys show up. Batman shows up, and everything goes awry, and he is hauled off to jail, as well as Rupert Thorne. I dare not look. I knew it.
What in the name of heaven did you think you were doing?
I don't know. I guess he just pressed the right button.
That's one heck of a button.
As the episode starts with the dream sequence with Harvey Dent running from Big Bad Harv, the animation in that is just so good, immersive. It is the epitome, I believe, of the film noir element in Batman the Animated Series. And again, it just hits the ground running. The other thing that's really incredible about the animation in this is something that they do that's very unique in the first parter of this episode is as we are seeing Harvey Dent struggling with his dual personalities and going in and out of good Harvey and big bad Harv, the way that they signify him losing his temper and becoming big bad Harv with the lighting change around him is something that is done very easily in movies and live action shows, but is quite difficult in animation, and they use it very sparingly and just enough to make it feel different. Obviously they change his face and they change his composure, and his voice changes.
Let go of me, you rich twit!
Harvey!
Grace, Bruce, I'm sorry.
Richard Mole, who spoke for him, Bull from Night Court, for those of you that remember that, does a fantastic job of differentiating his voices of when he's losing his temper and not. But all of that is just a great detail to him and his dual personality.
Don't worry, I've got it under control.
Harvey, you didn't just lose your temper out there. You were like another person.
I said I was sorry.
When he's meeting with the psychiatrist and the rain on the window and the lightning, all those things, just fantastic animation in that. Especially the lightning that's a little foreshadowing of him becoming Two-Face. And it's amazing to me, and you see this also in the second episode, that for a cartoon, there's some real drama. I mean, there's not a lot of cartoons where you see animated tears between Harvey Dent and his fiance. Like I said, with the friendship between Bruce Wayne and Harvey Dent is really in depth. And you see this quest that Batman is seeking to not stop Two-Face or put him in jail, but to help him get better. And even before he becomes Two-Face, you see that care that comes through from Bruce Wayne.
Maybe you should get some help.
He already is.
Grace?
Darling, Bruce is your friend.
I love the little nod to the original Batman movie when the Joker became, or Jack Napier became the Joker in the plastic surgeon office, and we kind of mirror that because he's asking for a mirror. I didn't even mean to do that.
Give me a mirror.
Harvey, maybe you should wait until...
I said give me a mirror. Now!
And it's really neat the way that those last couple of minutes of the episode play out, that we only get little glimpses of Two-Face and what he looks like. And all the credit to the direction of this episode, because before we even get to fully see Two-Face as an audience, we get to see everybody else's reaction to him. So at that point, it doesn't even matter what the art design is of the character. We know how to react to that because we've seen all the other characters, the doctor, the nurses, and Grace, reacting to what he looks like before we actually ever see him. And when he's finally first revealed in front of the rainy window with the lightning flash.
Harvey, what happened?
They create this really elaborate, beautiful, tragic story so that you are not only just captivated by the character, but you understand where he's coming from. And now, when we see Two-Face in future episodes, we have this backstory.
You're coming with me, Harvey. I want to help you.
Help me? You don't know anything about me.
I know that you have friends, Harvey. Friends who love and care about you.
Harvey's friends are no friends of mine.
So when it came time to ranking it, this, as so we're obviously looking at the top 10, top 5 area as to where to place this. And there was part of me that really just wanted to put it in the number 2 slot because it's Two-Face, but I just couldn't bump Heart of Ice. Heart of Ice is just, the story is so rich. Although the animation and the film noir elements of this episode, I think, were a little bit better, I had to stick it into the number 3 slot, which is still great. It just doesn't quite fit with the theme.
Last we meet, face to face to face.
So you got to let me know in the comments, what did you think of this episode? And I think that a lot of people would agree with me that this is in your top 5 or top 10 at the very least. So another little break is coming up in the airing order of the episodes, but we'll be back on Friday with the Batman the Animated Series reviews for the Fear of Victory. As always, I'm Andy Knode, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.